Good day and welcome to Fiscally Fit. I am your host, Sasha Wheeler. Fiscally Fit is a show in partnership with Wachovia, a Wells Fargo company. This show will discuss everything from saving to investing, budgeting, and starting your own business. So welcome to Mindset Reset. We have 3 experts today to come help you rethink the way you look at money. So starting with Fred, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Fred. I'm a personal banker at the Wachovia branch on 7th Avenue, and I enjoy what I do, and I'm looking forward for this conversation and seeing exactly how we can help the individuals in this community and help them understand banking.
All right, Vanessa.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Melchor, and I work in the Coreway Financial Center. I have been doing it for a little over 3 years. I've been in the financial market for about 11 years now, and I really enjoy helping people and helping people understand money and how to make their finances better.
All right, excellent. Jamal?
My name is Jamal Scott. I'm a personal banker with the Wachovia Wells Fargo Company. I work at the 47th branch in Miami, right next to Publix, and today I'm very excited about this opportunity to come out and talk to you guys out there about banking, and I look forward to this great conversation.
All righty, Jamal. So I'm going to ask you the first question.
No problem.
I'd have to say that my first experience with money that I can really remember was I stole some quarters from my grandma.
Okay.
And she just, you know, she gave me a real good
Okay.
Punishment, I'll put it like that.
No problem.
All right. But what was your first experience with money?
For me, my first experience with money, I remember my mom giving me about $50 and we were going to the bank, and I was very excited. I'm like, wow, I get to go to the bank with my mom and see what banking is all about. And I got there, and she ended up opening up a savings account for me, and I was very excited. I couldn't wait till I grew up till I get to open my own account, because I think at that time I was only 16 years old. I couldn't get a regular checking account. So I think for me, looking at it back then, that was my first experience with money, and it was a great opportunity, and that was pretty much it.
Oh, how about you, Vanessa?
Well, I remember my first experience with money was saving for my first Cabbage Patch doll, and
Yeah.
I remember going to the bank with my mom, and I would save an extra little amount of money every time I would have like snack money or anything else. And once a week we'd go and take the deposit. I'd get my lollipop from the teller, and it was a really great experience, and it taught me a lot.
All right. My first experience with banking itself and money was actually a day when my mom sent me to make a purchase for her, and I actually used some extra money that my father gave me, kept the money, and went ahead and established a savings account with her with the funds that I had left over. That was my first experience.
Wow, good, good. Okay, misconceptions. Vanessa, what are some misconceptions that you run into since you said you have, what, almost 11 years in the banking?
Almost 11 years, and
Wow.
somewhere in banking and finance, mortgages, and everything else.
Okay, what are some misconceptions you've run into?
The biggest misconception is, well, I mean, actually, when I was just even growing up as my own misconception, going to the bank, I would think that the money that I brought in physically was put away in a box for me and had my name on it, and whenever I would come back, I would use it. And actually, it doesn't work that way. The way it really works is that you go in, I go in, Fred will go in, Jamal will go in and deposit the money, and that money gets used in different aspects of the bank. Of course, if I go to the bank to take the money out, that money is there for me accessible. But the actual physical money that I put in is being used all over the bank. May it be in other people's savings account and paying interest and credit and every aspect of the banking world. Also, another misconception is that, you know, a lot of people think, well, the money, if I put my money in my checking account and something happens to the bank, my money will be gone, and that is actually not true at all. That Federal Reserve actually insures that money. So if something were to happen to the bank or if something were to happen in any other case, there is insurance against that money. So it's the safest place that you could have it.
All right, good point. You're talking about money being safe. How safe, Fred, are our funds, and how much money can we have in the bank and before it becomes more risky for us to have it in there? There is like a cap.
There's a cap. By FDIC regulations, the maximum we can insure your funds up to is up to $100,000. So don't think that you cannot exceed that amount within the actual financial institution. That only applies to if the actual bank or company fails. So in the event of a failure, your funds are insured up to $100,000. So keep that in mind. But bank is extremely, as a good example, Wachovia is a very sound bank. So there is no need to be afraid of your money being in a situation where you may be able to lose it. At no point is it at that point. I mean, at no point will it be a situation as though. So a lot of people do have some kind of speculation against banks thinking they're going to fail. Even if a bank were to fail, FDIC steps in and cover and insure the funds that you have in the bank. Keep in mind, if the funds are exceeding the actual limit, there's ways to title your accounts in different ways so that you can insure over the $100,000 mark. So as an example, you can actually have an account with you and a joint member, and it'll be covered that fashion. You can have it with another individual's name, it'll be covered in such fashion. So there's different ways you can actually title your accounts to help you to maximize the safety that the FDIC allows you and provides for you. So there's different ways, different strategies you can use to help you cover the funds that you have at the bank.
All right.
I think just to recap on the misconception about banking, as from my experience, I've been in banking for about 4 years now. I have folks that come into the bank and we talk to them about money market, and they say, no, I don't want to put my money into a money market because they're afraid. They think that the money is being invested into the stock market. And my job and my role is to make sure that I educate them and tell them that the difference between a money market and a regular saving is that in the money market, you earn a higher interest rate. And your money is no way, shape, or form being tied to the stock market. The difference is that you earn a higher interest rate, and you could write 3 checks per month in that money market account. It's a savings account, but they just call it high performance money market instead of a regular savings account. Again, so that's something that I feel like a lot of people that come into the bank come in with the mindset, oh, I don't want money market. I want to stay away from it. And my message for you out there, just a regular savings account. You have a benefits of you could write 3 checks per month and you earn a high interest rate, and that the money is not tapped into the stock market and your money is safe.
I totally agree. The problem I think that our community is having is they just don't understand the actual account versus the name that is associated with it. Mm-hmm. So if they get caught up in the actual name, they'll get lost in the whole product in itself. So you have to understand the product and how it's going to benefit you. So a lot of people think that we're trying to put you in something that may not be of advantage to you or your family, but in fact we're looking out for your best interest. So keep in mind, as he restated, is that our money markets, there's 2 types: the money market funds, which are invested in the markets, and then we have the money market savings account, which is simply a savings account with a higher return, which has a beefier name to it that helps individuals to be more attractive to that actual product, which help them gain more interest over the time that they have the funds in the account.
Okay, and then with all the calamity that has gone on and recession and the bailouts, you know, there is definitely a level of fear amongst people. People are maybe not saving as much, or they put just a little bit in this account and just a little bit in that account, and then they try to save some at home or whatever. How did that affect the layperson, the person on Main Street? Yes, people lost 401ks, but some people don't even have that. You know, how did those bailouts and some of the lost funds affect those people, and what have you seen in your branch? I know you've probably dealt with people who are dealing with foreclosure, having to do refinancing of their mortgages. Mm-hmm. Jamal, have you seen that at your branch, some of those issues?
Yeah, I've encountered a lot of people who come into the bank actually coming in to get their loan modification fax over to whoever is helping them with the loan modification process. But yeah, you're right. That's something that we are experiencing in our home store, where customers are coming in, we're making phone calls from them, getting them through the right channel of contact to get them help that they need in order to get their loan modified. But yes, that's something that I come in contact with pretty much. I mean, I think now it kind of like subsided a little bit. I don't see the same type of amount of people coming in as when the market first crashed. But now I think things started to pick back up. People are starting to get confidence in the banking industry. People start to coming back into the bank, and which is exactly what we want them to do, instead of being fear of the bank. Is, you know, the market crash is still going on. But for now, we are pretty stable. the bank is the safest place for you to come in and put your money. Like my friend said earlier, your money's safe and it's guaranteed, and that the bank is the safest place to keep your money, as opposed to keep your money at home where you have
Camarade number 1 dans les présents transferts d'argent.
my rob your house or whatnot. So I would encourage you not to be afraid of the bank. Just actually come in, and you have the expertise of people like ourselves to help you and guiding you to the right product and services.